Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Nick on Control Nick. Today I'm going to teach you about SUMIFS, but before we go into the workbook, I just want to explain what SUMIFS actually is. It's actually a really cool tool. It allows you to sum together different criteria that you have in a data set. Once you learn SUMIFS, and ifs being plural, you actually don't need to use SUMIF anymore because SUMIFS allows you to do the same thing. But let's head over to the workbook and let's just get started. Now, before we get started, just to look over to the right, we have a data set, right? So columns I through columns Q show different sales information. We have region, sales reps, client numbers, categories, quarters, and how they perform versus their target, as well as how many deals were closed. So just an overview of the sales performance for a given time. Now, to the left, we have a few questions. Question 1 is how many software sales did we make in Q2? Question 2, what was the software sales target for Diana Evans in Q4? And then question 3, how many deals were closed by the South region in Q1? Now, we can answer all those questions using SUMIFS, and if you'll notice, I've bolded and underlined a few different pieces in each question because those are different criteria that we actually need to use to actually work with our SUMIFS formula. So I've I've selected into this cell here, and I'm going to type in equals SUMIF. So when I type in parentheses, the first thing Excel is going to ask for is a sum range. That sum range is going to be what answer do you want to pull or what category. So for example, in question 1, how many software sales did we make in Q2? You're interested in the sales amount, which would be column N, right? So what I'm actually going to do is select column N, and we now have the full array of the interested criteria. That's what we want to pull. Now when you do comma, you're going to go into the multiple ifs portion to get that sum. We're in criteria range 1, which would be based off of this question, how many software sales are we making Q2? What we're interested in is, it looks like the category where we have software sitting in there. So I'm just going to select the full column, comma, and then what we need is what is the criteria in that column so that the SUMIFS formula can start to work. Now, since we're typing in text, I'm going to do a quotation mark and then just simply type in software, quotation mark to close it out, comma. You've done the first criteria. So in theory, if I were to actually do enter instead of moving into the next criteria range, it would already pull all of the sales amounts specific to software. However, what we need is all of those software sales within Q2. So I already clicked comma, and now we're going into criteria range 2, which is column M, where we have the different quarters. So I'll select this full column, comma, and then again, I'm going to use a text format. So I'm going to do quotation mark, Q2, quotation mark. And actually for question 1, that's it. I'm closing with the parentheses because we're done with the different criteria we need to create this sum. And then I do enter. It pulls it for you right away. It's pretty cool. It's pretty easy to use, I would say, as well. Now you already have the sum for how many software sales did we make in Q2. Let's do it again. It's going to be rinse and repeat, but we might as well just keep going through the examples. So again, let's start with equals SUMIFS, parenthesis. What was the software sales target for Diana Evans in Q4? So the sum range is going to be the target this time, which is column O. So I'll select that column. Now we start with the criterias. So criteria range 1 is going to once again be category because we need to look for the software. So comma and quotation mark. Let's type in software, quotation mark again, comma. Next range, and we want to do the quarter once again. So we're going to select column M, comma, quotation mark, because we want to do Q4 as a text, quotation mark, comma. And actually, we'll also need in this formula, a little bit hidden this time because I didn't bold and underline, but we'll need Diana Evans, the sales rep. So just like before, I'm just going to highlight column J, all the different sales reps' names, comma, quotation mark, and let's type in Diana Evans, quotation mark. That is it. So we have software, we have Q4, we have Diana Evans. Let's close the parenthesis out, enter, you get your answer right away. Last piece, how many deals were closed by the South region in Q1? Again, let's go through it a little bit quicker this time. SUMIFS, we need deals, so that looks like that's column Q, comma, South region, so I'm going to use the criteria range in column I and type in with quotation marks, South region, or just South, comma, and then we need Q1. So we're going back to quarter, so column M, comma, quotation mark, Q1, quotation mark, close parenthesis. Only two criteria there. Enter. 14 deals were closed for the South region in Q1. So although we maxed out with just 3 criteria, if you had 100 different columns in a data set, you could actually do this with 95 different criteria. Excel lets you do as many as you'd like. So I hope this helps you a little bit. That was actually it. Thank you so much again for watching the tutorial. If you have any questions, you can always leave a comment below. And please like and subscribe if you found this content relevant for you, and feel free to look at other videos that I've posted as well. Have a great day.